Hi, I've got a big announcement. And I'm like really nervous for some reason. I feel like I'm gonna cry. Um, if you're stumbling across my videos for the first time and this is the one you found for some reason, hi, welcome. My name is Freya Serafina. I am a PhD researcher in women's spirituality. I talk a lot about ritual and magic and witchcraft and being an academic and, a bunch of other stuff. And I'm moving. But I'm not just moving. I, along with my partner, bought a travel trailer and we're moving into it in a couple of days because we got to be out of this apartment by the end of this month. And the reason why my shelves are like bare, if you watched my last video and you were like, oh my God, where are all of the books that sit here? Because everything is in chaos and turmoil and packed half away in boxes. And I can't remember if I shared this in a video or not, but I quit one of my jobs. I'm quitting the other one at the end of the semester. I work a little bit online, so that's cool. And I'm moving. And I feel very sad about it, actually. I am New York, born and raised my whole life. And, I live in New Jersey right now because of the pandemic. I did that move, but it is so close to New York that it doesn't feel like anything is different. I'm not cut off from anything. I've been like a tri state person my whole life, and now I'm moving to Texas at a time where people are losing their rights very rapidly. Um, I am a New York born and bred witch who is lefter than left, decolonizing, radical, everything they've warned you about, moving to Texas to live in a travel trailer full time on my dad's property. My dad moved there after he retired. Um, and I don't know what that's going to look like. Everything I've ever known is here. And we are in the Samhain portal. And this is a time of transition. And it feels violent. It feels like I'm being tossed about in, a winter storm in the North Sea, leaving all my cousins behind, all my friends, all the professional contacts I've made. And that is terrifying. But I'll have my cats and my partner, and I'll be close to my dad, so that's good. And my dad has a creek. That's exciting. And I'm making this video to tell all of you for a few reasons. One, I don't know what my recording stuff is going to look like over the next few months. So for the next 2 months, November and part of December, I'm living on my friend's property in New York in our travel trailer full time. For a little bit in November, I'm going to be up in Boston. I'm presenting at an academic conference about ritual. Well, the conference isn't about ritual, but I'm presenting about ritual. I'm going to go to Salem, so we'll have some fun footage of that. And then I'm going to come back to New York, and then when the semester ends in December, we're going to make our way down to Texas. And we have a travel trailer. It's from 2013. We're going to be doing a lot of updates on it, so that'll be some fun content. A little bit of content about being on the road in a travel trailer. Yes, I pulled that thing on the highway and on back roads, and no, it was not fun. And I'm not like a person who's afraid of a lot of things. And I was like hysterically sobbing on and off. I was so scared. So I don't know what that's going to be like. I'm going to have to get over it. Like halfway, I'm like driving up this hill and I'm like going slowly and the wind is blowing and the thing is shaking. And I'm like, are you a witch or not? Get it together. Like that's what it was like. But I'm also really curious about what is it going to look like to not have a dedicated altar or dedicated sacred space in the way that I have now. Right now, I have a whole apartment where I have an ancestor altar, my personal altar, a separate space set up to specific deities. I can go into the kitchen and, make my oils and my cleansing sprays and my, whatever the hell else. And I've got my herbs and my pouches and my teas, and I'm not going to have any of that like on hand. What does Witchcraft on the Road look like? It's a series I'm going to be starting. What does Witchcraft on the Road look like? And how can we connect to the land wherever we are and the spirits of the land? And so those are the things I'm going to be exploring in this journey. And what does it look like to be a witch in East Texas? If you are from Texas, please say hi. I would love to form a community when I get there. I've already got a job waiting, so that's good. I'll be teaching philosophy, actually, so that's exciting. But, yeah. I ask for your blessings and your positive energy and your safe travels. I ask for all of those things in this upheaval, in this journey. I'm trying to treat this transition like a spell of letting go, of surrender, of weaving new connections and new paths forward. And I haven't been very successful at the letting go part just yet. I had to let my car go, and that was really upsetting. And I still have some feelings that I'm a failure. I'm a failure because I can't afford to stay. I'm a failure because I need help. I'm a failure because I can't buy a home in the place I grew up in. I'm a failure, I'm a failure, I'm a failure. And I know that's not true. If someone I loved, if a friend of mine said all those things about herself to me in the same situation, I would say that's bullshit, and you know it. And you know it's the state of the world, and you know it's circumstances outside of your control, and you know it's your health, and you know it's I would know what to say, and I would believe it, but it's much harder to believe it for yourself. So, if you're also in a place of transition and journey, say hi. So that's my update. That's it. So, I will see you on the other side.